Alright guys, let's keep kicking ass as Megatron. So in this area there's going to be quite a few guys that are going to be below you. You have sort of the element of the high ground here. And using Megatron's hover ability we can sort of just float over to the other platforms over here and not have to worry about going down there, which is nice. I'm going to kind of work my way over here. The one thing that's nice about this little platform is there's actually a turret up here which we can use. And it's the only other turret in the game other than the one we get to use as Optimus, so yeah, they pretty much cut the turret completely out of this game compared to the previous one. But I understand the reasons for that, the balancing reasons, and the fact that too many of those encounters you would just rip off the turret and then, you know, mow everything down and then drop it and then move on. But that being said, on hard it's kind of difficult to actually do much with that particular turret up there because it doesn't seem like you're able to hit the enemy very well compared to if you actually had your mobility and you're roaming around like I am right now with my weapons. So I just wanted to point out that it was there. I'm not going to actually use it. Again, mobility is key in this game. And there is an absurd amount of detail in this game, really, when you pay attention, just of how much destructible environment there is. Like, nearly everything is breakable. I don't remember the previous game being like that, so it's a bit of a step up. That shotgunner almost annihilated me. And there's more where that came from. This mission, I do like this mission. It's a lot of fun. You do feel really powerful. But I gotta say that as far as the terrain goes, I think I like this mission the least. Because all of the terrain is pretty much the same gray stuff, and it's very visually... It's very visually cluttered, and it's very convoluted. It's kind of hard to tell what you're looking at half the time. Other than that, the level design and aesthetically in the rest of the game is just fine. In fact, it's a lot better than the first one, because the first one literally was the same pretty much cookie cutter environments throughout the entire game. Let's see, I think I'm going to keep my weapon set up as I have it for the rest of the mission. Just going to get more ammo. I might want to pick up some more of those quick use items as well. Like I said before about the achievement for getting the hover slam 5 enemies at the same time, this is also another great location to do it because you get a lot of enemies that will funnel down to that one cover down there I just blasted away, and you can potentially hover slam all of them at the same time if you want to. Like I said, it is tricky, but that's another good location to do it. In fact, that might actually be easier than the other location I tried to get it at that I mentioned earlier in the last video. And but don't be too hasty about it because there are quite a few guys up here, and you want to see if you can get any of them coaxed down there to join them, which can happen. Alrighty, it looks like we got some more aerial bots to deal with, and now we actually have the firepower to deal with them properly. Although they weren't too bad fighting them a swindle, because we had his vehicle rockets that lock on, obviously. But now we have the hover abilities, we can get it right up in there in their faces. Yeah, not much you can do about those sticky grenades except transform. I'm not even sure if they do enough damage to you to even kill you if you don't transform. And there was an aerial bot trying to use his robot mode there, but that didn't really go very well. I didn't really allow him to. To be honest, I'm not really sure what they do in their robot mode, but they're pretty much the only enemies in this game that transform on their own volition. This platforms up here is the same platform design from the aesthetics in the previous game, so it's kind of nice to see that again, because this is supposed to be close to an area that was featured in the previous game, because we're trying to find Krypticon, so we're trying to find the location where he fell after we kicked his ass at the end of the first game. So these platforms right here look like they did in the first game, so that's what I mean about the aesthetic and the design choices, but at least with the aesthetic of the first game, it was at least memorable to where you recognize it if they reuse it again at any point in this game. But with how varied the rest of the game is, I can forgive this level for seeming fairly generic. as far as the encounters go, it's still pretty well designed. Right here, there are some sensory laser things in between these archways here. I'm not sure exactly what they're there for because I've never actually tripped them, but I would think they would probably deploy some auto turrets or something stupid like that, or deploy more of those drone guys, but I'm not going to bother with that because I can just hover right over them. Also, in addition, there's a couple of cannons up there that we're going to blow away using our tank cannon. Our cannon is best cannon. And I want to say there's even, yeah, there's some Rocketeers up there, up on top of that platform there. We're going to get up right up in their faces. There we go. And I managed to stick the landing. That was one of the most awesome things I've done in this mission so far. Alright, now there's a location in this room where we can get another audio diary, but I had to reload my save there because it wouldn't load properly, so that's what that little edit was for. Gonna be some more enemies up here, and a random shotgunner came out of nowhere at me. Yeah, much like the fusion cannon, it's kind of hard to use the riot cannon at long range rather, to try to hit an enemy directly, because obviously it's a slow-moving projectile, so it's not going to hit him right away. But here's that fight with that Titan I was talking about earlier, and he should be pretty easy to deal with as Megatron, not only because we deal so much damage, but I was prohibiting myself from using the riot cannon up until we unlocked Megatron as a character, so now it's a lot easier to blow away his little sentry things because we can just kill him with the splash damage. And we got really lucky there. We managed to kill his sentries right as they deployed with either weapon, and then we just finished him off as fast as possible. That was the quickest Titan fight. Yeah, it might be the quickest one we ever do, really. But up there, you can see if you use the hover ability right here, I think it only unlocks after the Titan is spawned, or after you kill him. You can, as soon as it recharges, you can hover up into the ceiling and over here and get some more energon, which is nice. And then the audio diary is supposed to be down there on the bottom of the stairs here by the corpse, which I already have, of course. So that one's pretty. I mean, you can see it, but you kind of have to look around to figure out how to actually get in there. Game. Oh, okay. Thank you. Alright, we're almost at the final encounter here. The Autobots are getting very, very impatient with me. Man, I wish I had the Planet Buster prepared there to blow those guys away. Yeah, there's gonna be a pretty big encounter that's gonna break out in this room coming up here. But we're getting close to Trypticon, so. How the hell did he throw that grenade that far? That guy must have like that guy must have an arm like the Charger from Left 4 Dead 2 to throw that thing that far. Holy crap. I think that's just what the AI does in this game, because there actually is no genuine offhand grenade throwing anymore. The game just like magnetizes a grenade to like your general vicinity. At least that's what it looks like to me. It looks like AI can throw grenades at an indefinite range, and they'll always land near you. I mean, they're not. See, again, look at that. That was ridiculous. How could he have landed that? Oh, I reloaded. I had the Planet Buster ready there. Instead, I ended up using 2 shots that I could have just used 1 for. Well, I can't imagine they kept Trypticon in good shape, because he looks like he's in pieces here. Well, I guess we gotta free his legs first. We gotta blast those electric coils over there, which are actually pretty easy to hit because you have that giant waypoint over them, so. I'm trying to make sure the area around me is all cleared out so I don't get ambushed from behind by something horrible. This is, like I said, this is a pretty big room, so that can easily happen. Right here, I think this is the only V-32 Cyber Corruptor that actually spawns naturally in, and is not, you have to get it through Teletran 1. I mean, obviously you get the blueprint for it, but I think that's the only one that's sitting there spawned by itself, that's like spawned naturally in the environment that you don't get like through a random weapons cache or from the Teletran 1, so you know what I mean. But knowing where the fixed spawn locations of weapons are in this game is completely irrelevant, unlike the first game where it was pretty much everything to knowing like where to get your good weapons in each level. In this game, like I said, it's irrelevant because you can get them from Teletran 1, and you have all these random weapon stations throughout where you can get something new that you might not have unlocked yet. But again, that's just the nature of the weapons in this game. They're not, they're balanced in a way to where it's just like they're all so chaotic and crazy that it's just like you can pretty much deal with anything for any situation almost. Again, in sort of a Quake-like manner. I swear I killed that last one. There it goes. Nope, come on. There we go. Finally, jeez. Okay, so I guess we've now finally released his legs. And they don't appear to be attached to anything. That's not good. Crypticon may very well be useless to us. Oh, seriously? You're gonna put the waypoint directly behind where I just was after I jump off? It's nice, game. It's really nice. Oh yeah, if I didn't mention so before, you can melee in midair while you're using the hover ability, and it'll cancel the hover ability without without completely consuming it. Because if you use the hover slam attack, it completely consumes your charge for it. So that's what I did just there to conserve my charge, because I didn't want to have to wait for it to recharge twice, to use the hover ability twice to get to this altitude to get up here. So something that I don't typically remember, but it's nice to keep in mind. Not sure why I'm using the scrap maker on these guys, because really I could have just used a splash damage weapon there and blown them all out of their cover. Oh, hey, Laserbeak. Because that door looks so much tougher than the one we just blasted through with the riot cannon in the previous mission. Okay, and there's his torso. Now, despite the fact that they show what inevitably comes of Trypticon, the fact that they show what happens to him after the previous game and him getting defeated and everything, they never make any mentioning of Omega Supreme ever in this game. So he just like went and he opened like a Cybertronian casino or something, for all we know. Anyway, there's a lot of enemies that have come down this hallway, and there's a few snipers as well, I think. And the thing about the snipers, though, is where they perch themselves, there are all those exploding containers up there. So if they're not all congealed in that hallway right there, they just happen to be, and then that would have been a good place to hit them from. But they'll move. They'll move. Go back for some more health and ammo if I can. Yeah, when using Megatron, just disregard all the advice I gave you about, you know, precision headshots with the snipers and everything. It's just no, just blow them away.
At last, open the door, Sam. How may I serve you, Megatron?
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these assault techs and utility techs for the upcoming encounter, and they're gonna help out a lot. But there's gonna be a few down there already as it is, so. But that's just something I can spend my energy on now that I have a ton of energy on, but I have all of the upgrades, so there's nothing else for me to buy except for those, but they're consumable, so I can keep buying more. So here's his head. Let's go ahead and free that as well, and then we're gonna have to fly in Soundwave and get him to hack this thing, so we can bring Trypticon back online. But that's also gonna bring forward the longest encounter in the mission.